Well, it has finally happened. Apple has surpassed Microsoft to become the world's number one technology company, meaning that they are worth more money and sell more products than any other tech company in the world. So, anybody that's still stuck on the Windows bandwagon, I appreciate Windows. It's a decent operating system, but Apple is not a fad and it's not going to go away. That being said, uh, in my family, when we purchase a new computer, it's always going to be an Apple. There's no question about that. Um, Now, whether or not we need to purchase a new computer right now is the question that I would like to address. There are certain deciding factors that we have to take into consideration. The first one is first off, whether or not we need a new computer. Um, is our current computer capable of doing what we want it to do? The second factor that we take into consideration is whether or not we are financially in a situation that would allow us to do so. The third factor is um, asking my wife if it's okay, and deciding based on both of our decisions. Hers is a little bit weightier of a decision than mine, whether or not it's a good idea for us to do this. Now, both of us rely on our computer very heavily for our work. She is the publications coordinator for a small liberal arts college in the area. Sometimes she brings her work home with her, but she cannot bring her 35-pound Mac Pro home with her. Um, Now, I do sound engineering. I'm a musician. Well, what I do for a living is I play music and I fix computers and I support computers. Um, and I'm a stay-at-home dad. Um, so some of the stuff that I would do on computers would be, music production or film editing, which I do freelance as well. So I do need a very strong machine that's got a good amount of memory in it. That's got a large hard drive, and that also has a very quick processor. Um, One of the other things that we'll take into consideration is the product cycle, and what I mean by the product cycle is how long it's been since Apple has released the latest computer and when the next one is coming out. Because it would be foolish to buy a computer without researching this. If you buy a computer right at the end of a product cycle and a week later Apple comes out with a newer, faster, bigger, better computer, well, you're out of luck. You can call Apple and tell them that it's not fair, but it's really, do a little bit of research. Apple is very secretive about their release dates and the specifications of their new products. But, if you research just a little bit, you can absolutely um, find this information. I did call the Apple store just to see. I knew what they were going to tell me. They told me they couldn't disclose any information about upcoming products, that even the employees at the Apple store don't know about these things until the day before it happens. Um, there's a website called Mac Rumors that I frequent, and that's just what it is. It's rumors about upcoming products, what people think the new iPhone might look like, what they think the specs for the new iMac are going to be. Um, they also have a Mac buyer's guide that tells you, based on a summary of past release dates, when you can expect the next model of Mac to come out. And so these are all things that you have to take into consideration. Um, First and foremost, we are financially in a situation where we could afford to upgrade if we wanted to. And basically, what we do is we will sell our old computer while it's still worth a decent amount of money. So within a year and a half or 2 years of getting this computer, and we'll knock $200-300 off the price. But we also will bundle a lot of software with it. So it'll come with the latest operating system. It will come with say Photoshop, CS3, or the iLife suite, which is iMovie, which is for film editing, um, GarageBand, which is, say, if you wanted to dabble in music on the computer. We'll bundle all of these uh, software packages with the computer, and sell them normally to friends of ours who are college students and they need a decent computer at home. Um, but they also need the software. It's a good way to for us to upgrade, and it's a good way to purchase a computer. So we take into account that, whether or not we can afford it, and we can't afford it right now. If we wanted to upgrade our computer, we definitely could. The next question is, Do we need to? Is our computer fast enough right now? Is it powerful enough to handle all the things that we want to throw at it? And the answer to that is yes. This computer handles everything that we. I might have failed to mention that this is a 21.5-inch iMac. Um, it's the current generation iMac. It has a 3.06 gigahertz dual core Intel Core 220 processor. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a 320 gigabyte hard drive. It's fine for everything that we need to do on it right now. So the answer to that is no, we don't need to upgrade right now. As far as the product cycle goes, if you do a little bit of research, like I said, I went to Mac Rumors, and their best guess was towards the end of the year, there'll be a new model of Mac coming out. And even towards the end of the year, I don't see us needing to get a new computer. But the idea behind the way we do things is you do want to sell the computer while it's still worth enough money to put towards the new computer. So if the new computer is coming out towards the end of the year, that's only a couple months away, well, several months away. But there's no reason for us to go ahead and purchase a new computer right now. One of the things that my wife had said was that if we wait until the beginning of next year, we could, buy a new computer through Apple's refurbished program, which basically what that means is when you buy a refurbished product from Apple, it's not a used product. It's one that might have been on display in a store somewhere. It might have, say, screen might have cracked during shipping. Now what they do is they take these products, they bring them back to the Apple campus in Cupertino, California, and they completely dismantle them in a safe room. They replace any defective or broken or damaged parts, put the computer back together, and they send it along to you for $200 or $300 less than you would pay for another computer. And these aren't older models. These are the current models that are on the shelves right now. I don't see any reason why anybody should not buy a refurbished product. All the iPhone or iPods that we get, all the computers that we buy from Apple, we always buy refurbished products. So what I was getting to is my wife suggested that if we wait until the beginning of next year, not only will we be getting the newer model computer, but we will also be able to save $200 or $300 on it. So, that totally makes sense to me. That's another reason that we don't find it necessary to upgrade right now. Let's see. I believe that's about it. We talked about whether or not we needed the new computer. We talked about whether or not we could afford the new computer. And we talked about whether or not now is the time to buy based on the product release cycle. And the answer to all those questions points to us not getting a new computer anytime soon because, to be honest, we really just don't need it. My name is Matt Freed, and I hope this has been a very informative and somewhat entertaining presentation.